Now remember, Dan, her dad's in the room. Come on, guys, cheer him on. She's blushing, so you know you're close. All right.
He didn't ask me on a date when he asked me to coffee. He just asked if I wanted to go to coffee. So it didn't feel like a date to me until after, when he asked me to be his girlfriend. Anytime he tried to talk to me, I made him feel like I thought he was creepy, was what he said. So we just didn't talk very much in that year, but we knew of each other and we became friends later.
Didn't start hanging out until about a year after that. Yeah, I started hanging out through a mutual friend. She started coming to poker nights at me and my buddy's place. Got to know her through poker night. Started thinking she was a pretty cool girl. I'd say it kind of started when I got my motorcycle. She was like, hey, we should go on a motorcycle ride sometime. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I think that's when I started having feelings for her. It was after that we kind of hung out at my place and talked for a little while. I invited her to go to coffee with me because I was kicking myself for not asking her to be my girlfriend or to go out with me. So I was like, all right, I'll ask her on a date. This time I'll really man up and ask her to be my girlfriend.
Well, Daniel considers our first date something other than what I consider it to be, because he asked me to go to coffee with him when we were friends, and we'd been friends for about a year, and we had never been on a date or anything. And I had a big crush on him, but I didn't think he felt that way about me. So he asked me to go to coffee with him. I said yeah, thinking that we were going as friends. He considers that to be our first date because that's the night he asked me to be his girlfriend. We just sat and talked for a few hours, and like good friends do, and that was it. And then we drove back to that same Starbucks parking lot so that I could get my car, and he was like, hey, like, you're a really good friend of mine, and I just like wanted to ask you for some advice. I was like, yeah, go ahead. And he's, I really like this girl. She's so beautiful and like fun to be around, and she reminds me of the kind of man I want to be in Christ. And he's like going on and on about this girl that he thinks is so great, and I'm like about to cry because he's like confessing he loves some other woman to me, and I have this huge crush on him. I was like, who is she? He's like, her name starts with a D and it rhymes with shoe. And I was taken back by that because my name is Deborah Thew. And I was like, is it a girl named Drew or what? But when I got it, I was like, are you talking about me? He was like almost laughing at the fact that I was so upset that he was confessing his love to another woman. The first kiss happened in the Starbucks parking lot.
I had wanted to propose on top of a mountain or on a hike or doing something epic.
He had this plan to take me on this really crazy trail called Angel's Landing, and it's a pretty intense hike. We were like walking up it, and I was feeling okay about it, and he's like, don't look at this sign. And I wasn't gonna look at the sign, but as soon as he said it, I had to.
She saw this sign that said 6 people have died since 2004 on this trail.
So I was like, I'm not finishing this trail, you're crazy. And he's like, no, you didn't see the sign, like, let's go. And we make it all the way up to the point where it gets really scary. There's another sign saying 2 people a year die on this trail. I'm like, I don't think I can do it. And we're having this back and forth argument about if I'm gonna go with him or not. And there are these 2 guys sitting there and they're like, don't do it, don't go with him. Don't let him be the reason you die. I was like, well, if they're right, I can't go with you. You can go without me, I won't be upset at you. I'll stay here and wait for you. And he's like, no, I need you to come with me. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, we can go up this other side of the trail that goes up to an overlook on the side of the canyon. And so we went, just found a nice spot that was secluded and away from everybody, and we sat down and read a few psalms.
When we were done, he's like, oh, let's get our picture taken together, which is like something we do where we put his phone down and have a timed shot and like all the scenery in the background. So he set it down, was recording actually, and came over to me, and I like grabbed him to take like a picture together. He didn't wait 10 seconds like you usually do for the photo to be taken. All of a sudden he like pulls away from me and he's like, Deborah Thu, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and got down on one knee there while this is being recorded and asked me to be his wife.
Her reaction was, really? Are you serious? And I was like, yes or no is what I was looking for. So eventually she said yes. Deborah, I love you, and I love how spontaneous you are and how adventurous you are, and love your heart and your kindness and compassion for me and for those around you. And you make me feel like I want to be the best man for you and a more godly man. And I love you with all my heart.
I love you, and I'm grateful for how patient you are with me and how loving you are to me and how kind you are to everyone. And I'm glad that you're my best friend and that you love me despite how crazy I am. And I feel fortunate that I get to spend the rest of my life with you.